This morning, just after midnight, Special Counsel Jack Smith released a sprawling 137-page report detailing why he had enough evidence to convict the guy who's about to return to the White House. Now, this is an investigation that began 2.5 years ago, and you know who still denies all of it. But was anybody surprised by what they saw? Did you read it? What did it say? Anything new?
Yeah. Well, I'm a legal nerd. I read it. It's almost 150 pages. Yeah. I think what was striking to me, Whoopi, is that, you know, most of us, or we all should have watched the January 6th committee hearings. And there were so many bombshells. I mean, people were testifying, you've testified in front of the committee. They had been conducting their own investigation almost in tandem, and they found more things. And so they not only found different things, they found the same things. And so the investigation supported each other. And that was very unusual to me, that there was that much evidence. What was also very unusual to me is something that I think we often forget. He tried so many ways to subvert the election. You know, he, of course, tried to pressure Mike Pence, and then his followers tried to kill him. He also called Georgia's, threatened to kill him. He also, thank you, he also called Georgia's, Georgia's state attorney, Secretary of State, and said, I need 11,000, like the exact margin, I need 11,780 votes. Like, what much more clear evidence would you need of someone trying to effectively subvert an election? And the final thing I'll say is, in his speech that he gave, in all his discussions at the Capitol before the attack, he mentioned the word fight 10 times. 10 times. And so to say that he isn't directly responsible for what happened January 6th is a stretch.
But nothing is going to happen to him. That's the only thing.
Well,
no. It feels like nothing is going to happen to the guy. So let's just say adios to democracy, and let us say adios to the idea that no one is above the law. Apparently he is.
Yeah.
And that's what they voted for in this country.
Well, there was There was kind of a debate among legal experts.
Can I just one more thing? I want to give props to Vice President Pence. I don't know if people realize what a heroic thing he did. And his wife, who snubbed Trump at
Carter's funeral.
At Carter's funeral, the two of them are standing tall, in my opinion, and I like that about them. I have to give it to them.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a debate among legal experts if a case of this size and magnitude could even be tried and concluded in the span of 3.5 years. And I'm not an expert. I didn't know if it would be the case, but
it could have been done.
At this point, we know 250 plus witnesses were interviewed. 55 people testified to the grand jury. There were thousands and thousands of documents they went through. And at the end of the day, 18 million people tuned into the January 6th committee hearings. We know, I can't even speak for how many people saw the footage of January 6th, yet voters made up their minds. 75 million people still chose to vote for Donald Trump, which makes me think they decided he was better for the country despite these things. I am not convinced that most Americans were comfortable with the events of January 6th, even who went on to support Donald Trump. And I wonder, I think what we may miss about the election is that a lot of people don't like Trump. They thought he was a better leader, and they're aware of his flaws. And I think Democrats focus too much on defining him and reminding people of the bad things, and they should have spent more time saying, this is what we're for, this is what we're going to do. That's what I keep coming back to, rather than Kamala Harris giving the speech on the ellipse to remind people of January 6th. Go to a Michigan Union Hall, talk to people about their future.
Democracy is I think...
Looking at President Trump, look at Jack. We look at what Jack was saying. According to him, President Trump, that's the lawyer, have to go to jail. It was before the inauguration that President Trump had committed a lot of crime. They cannot pass this by, but the law had let him go because he has won the election. But actually, he had to go to jail. So the women in the view all have different opinions. Some of them were supporting Donald Trump. According to Farah said that, she said, according to her, the Democrat, President Donald Trump had a lot of flaws. Many people know he has a lot of weaknesses. But according to the people, they were thinking that President Trump is going to be a better president, more than President Biden, no matter his flaws. he had a lot of people who knew of his weaknesses, so they thought no matter his weaknesses, he was going to be a better president. So no matter his weaknesses, he was going to be a better president, a better person, no matter everything that was happening to him. So they decided to vote for him. So according to the women in the view, that is not, they are judging wrong the American people because of your status, because you're a president. So they decide to make him a president. They decided that because of the president, they're not going to put him to jail. So according to the women in the view, nobody have to be above any power. So there's just a lot of arguments. So people say he deserves to go to jail. Another one say he doesn't deserve to go to jail. According to the women in the view, some of them say that they cannot just sit talking about President Donald Trump. He still have 4 years to go to. But according to the women in the view, some of them say that how is somebody with felony crime instead want to take another people who are not guilty because they are undocumented and send them away because of no crime they have committed? But that person itself is a criminal, where the person is. So what actually do you say about this? Do you believe that President Trump is a criminal? President Trump is not a criminal? So what actually did Jack play in all this? So according to Sony, she's never going to be tired. All they have to be doing is that they have to be putting it in the all they have to do is that they have to keep reminding him. They have to keep putting it in their history book that there used to be a president was a felony, and that president was being removed because of his crime. Because some of them are still hoping that President Trump will be removed one day by his own people who put him. Some of them have that belief and some of them don't have the belief. So what actually do you think? What's your opinion about President Trump? Do you think that because the lawyer have a lot of proof? We also see that they say he called Georgia itself and speak to them about the election, which is an evidence. So why will they be talking about evidence? That there's a lot of evidence. Only that call that he called and he was the one who called was not a fake call directly. They talk about the praise they praise Mike Pence and the wife because they have stood their ground in President Jimmy Carter funeral. Mike Pence's wife snubbed at him. Mike Pence's wife did not agree with him. So Mike Pence's wife was just angry. So the women in the view were saying that that's nice. It was good that she did not pretend. She just snub and take the stand. So do you support that type of attitude? Did she have to do that, or she just have to be casual and say hi and smile like the other? So what do you think? Let me see your opinion in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and share the video. God bless you.